Okay, right. I'm doing a video update because I want to show you something. Now I made two attempts today to upgrade Zorin OS 17 to Zorin OS 18.1, and what do you think happened? Well, so I got a failed update, and the upgrade failed, and see if I can show you what happened. So I copied the error message into this text file. This is the whole process of upgrading. Everything was going smoothly until I got all the way down to grub. Now the reason is I made a cloned copy. I made a cloned copy of my Zorin OS 17 because I didn't want to mess up my original installation. And when I got I've got to use the scroll bar. There's a lot of it. Hang on, there's a lot. It took nearly 2 hours to run the upgrade. I'm running this down because there's a hell of a lot. I got all the way to the bottom. Right, when I got to the bottom, I started to see message problem. Well, I didn't see the messages while it was running. I only saw the messages after it said upgrade failed. And the reason for it failing was because I cloned my operating system to a new disk. It was looking for NETAC SSD. Does not exist, so cannot grub install to it. Now, I didn't understand at first what the problem was. I thought it was just grub, right? So I went into the original disk before I cloned it. I uninstalled grub, purged it completely, reinstalled grub 2, and I thought, right, I'll do it again. So I did another clone. I cloned grub 2. I cloned Zorin OS 17 with the new installation of grub 2 onto another disk, and then I tried to upgrade that disk, and it wouldn't upgrade because it's still looking for NETAC SSD drive, which is not in there anymore because I'm using the cloned copy to upgrade, right? That's the reason why my upgrade failed, because it's looking for a disk that no longer existed because I'd basically upgraded. I mean, I'd made a clone copy of that installation. Everything went fine. Everything was perfect until I got to the grub that's installed on the NETAC disk, which is not this disk. Now, you would have thought when you do a clone copy, it would update the actual device information of the disk. Clonezilla should have actually updated this ID for the new disk, but it didn't do it, so that's why it failed. So everything after that was errors processing package configurator. So I got loads and loads of errors after that, and then it said grub is not configured yet, and after that all I was getting was errors processing package grub config. Dependency problems, leaving unconfigured. Dependency problems prevent configuration of grub 2. Grub 2 depends on grub PC, Ubuntu, Zorin 2, however, package group PC is not configured yet. Well, it can't be configured because it's looking for a disk that's no longer there, right? So all of this stuff down here is full of errors, and as we go down you'll read errors everywhere. It kept trying again. I think it was trying again and again, and it says processing packet. It kept DPKG error, processing package shim sign configured, dependency problems, leaving unconfigured, errors were encountered while processing, installing, and there it goes, installing upgrades at committing upgrades failed, installing upgrades failed, upgrade failed, and that's where it quit. That's why the upgrade failed, because it's simply because it was on a different disk. The only reason it encourages to make backups, you know, when you before you install this, it encourages to make backups, right? Well, this is what I was upgrading, was the backup. I was trying to upgrade the backup. Now, if I'd upgraded the original disk, then the backup would have a problem with it, so it would no longer be a backup. So maybe I should have upgraded the original and kept the backup in order to restore the backup cloned image to the original disk later on. I probably should have done it that way around. Well, it looks like that's what I'm going to have to do, is make another clone copy, only this time upgrade the original disk and keep the clone copy, because that seems to be the only way around this problem. So I just thought I'd do an update on the situation, and the only reason I'm doing this is because, like I explained in previous videos, the latest version of Firestorm Viewer will not work for media or maps. Now I'll show you what I mean, right? So if I go to software and I search for Firestorm, I've got the old Firestorm manually installed on here. Now this is the Firestorm that the system wants to install for me. So I've installed that. I'm installing it now fresh. This is the one the only one it's offering me. This is the latest version on Zorin OS 18.1. The previous version is in my system tray down here at the bottom, right? Oh, I don't know if you can see that. Hang on. Oh, you might not be able to see that, but anyway, oh, let me show you the other way. The original version is in internet. You see, that's the Firestorm Viewer there. That's the manually installed version, which I had to install on my second computer, which is the recently installed motherboard. Upgrade, the more recent system upgrade, PC build rather. Now that Firestorm will work, and I have maps and media, but I have no sound. I have no voice chat, right? No audio chat. You can't speak on a microphone. Right, so I'm installing the built-in Firestorm Viewer. I'll show you the difference between the two. It's at 78% nearly. And I'll show you exactly what's going on. The latest Firestorm Viewer, the voice might actually work, but the maps won't work. Well, that makes it pretty much useless, because you need the maps to, but a lot of functions and features in Second Life, without maps you're kind of a bit blind, you know what I mean? Right, it's nearly there. 96%, 97%, 98. Oh, am I capturing my mouse? Yeah. Right, so 99%. Right, it should be. It's doing the last bit again. It seems to struggle installing as well, at least on the last section. When it gets to 98-99%, it seems to have a problem. Alright, so there it is, it's done, right? So this is the latest version. Right, let's open it. So this is the version 64. It's Firestorm release X64 version 7.2.3.80036. Right. So if I log in, voice will work, but maps won't work on the latest version. Well, it kind of sucks. That's the reason why I'm in a conflicted situation, right? So let's turn voice on. Roger normally doesn't use voice at all, actually, because let's go to preferences, go to voice. Enable voice. Right. The dot should show up. There's the dot. Right. So if I push the talk, now you can see Roger can talk, right? Testing 1, 2, 3. You see there, it's working, but maps will not work. So if I go upstairs to my map radar system, which is in the loft, right, this is a map. It will not load. If I click on the thing to start, let me just turn off this cropping thing. Hang on a minute. Just a second. Window capture. Let me just turn that off so you can see everything. Right, you should be able to see everything. Let's try that. Hopefully. Right, if I go to where it says start media at the top, start all, I've clicked on start all, nothing. Click on the map, nothing. The map will not, it says click me to load the map preview. It won't work. Clicked it a second time, still won't work. Clicked it a third time, nothing. So the map will not load, right? Now if I go anywhere in Second Life where there's a map, I will not be able to see it. Let's look at media more. It seems to be grayed out, look. Map, it's grayed out, look. In this parcel, nearby media show in this parcel. All. I can't even play music. So if I click on the little speaker thing, the little music symbol at the top. Let me just see if I can show you this zoomed in. If I click on the little speaker thing, it's grayed out, look. The music thing, it's grayed out. I can't click it. Media does not work anymore. and I can't click on start all because nothing works. So I should be hearing music right now, but there's nothing. Right, music, media, nothing. See the problem? Let me check the box. It's not checked. Can I hear anything? Oh, let me see. Oh, the music does work, but there's no maps. I have to stop it because of copyright. Right. So the music plays, but there's no maps. Right. So now if I log out of this one, let me just go back to Roger downstairs. He's got his dot now. He can talk. Testing 1 2 3. You can see a little thing at the top. So he can talk, but if I go on the other system, the old system, exit Firestorm. Right. Close that. Go to internet. That's the new one. Add to desktop. So that's a new one. The one that won't work on maps. The old one is down in my tray, my system tray. Can I see that actually? Just a minute. I'm not sure if I can see all the desktop at the minute. I can't see the system tray. I thought I'd fixed that cropping thing. Just a minute. Display capture. Like that. Maybe it's because I was using it. Oh, that's greyed out. Oh, I did the wrong one, didn't I? Hang on. Oh. Right, just a minute. It's that one I want. Eesh. Right, take that back to 0. There we go. Right, now we should be able to see all of it. Right, I did the wrong one. Now, if I go down to my tray, that's the old Firestorm viewer in the tray. Click that one. Start that old version up. Now this version is Firestorm X64. Oh, hang on. I have to put my password in because I actually installed it manually, and because of that it's not part of the system, so it basically has to. Now this is where I get these annoying nag messages telling me to upgrade, right, which is annoying. So these are the error messages I get, right. They've abandoned Vivox, they've cancelled Vivox, it's no longer supported, right, but the old version, login, right, the old version will work on maps, but it won't work on voice. See, this version of Firestorm is not compatible with voice chat feature in this region. It's no longer compatible in any region now. In the whole grid is now won't work, right? In order for voice chat to function correctly, you'll need to update Firestorm. Well, I already did that. Oh, hang on, it's not resin now. Give it a minute. Let me change his clothes. Why is he not wearing? Why is he not resin? There we go. Took a while. It's black. Now, if I turn on voice again, it will not work. Watch this. So if we go to voice, it's disabled again. Look, enable it. Click OK. And that message will come up and disable it again. So if I press my del key, my key for voice, there's nothing, right? Now, if I go upstairs again, the map, click on the map, look at that, it works. So the map works on the old version, but voice won't work. So no matter where I am in Second Life, any maps that I want to view won't work, right? Also, the new version of Firestorm won't even show the splash screen. So let's close out again. Let's close out. This is the old version, 664, 6.6, 17.7368. Right. So if I close out, now if I start the new version and watch this, you won't see the splash screen. Open. Now we're on 64, some. Watch this. Firestorm release X64 7.2.3.80036. Now look, there's no splash screen. The splash screen is blank. It won't load. I can sit here for 10 hours and it'll still be blank. Because trust me, I've already tried leaving it like this for about, what, an hour. I went, made something to eat, had a cup of coffee, came back, it was still blank. Go to preferences, media autoplay disabled. Well, enable it. Allow any more scripts to play media attached to other avatars. Media first interact anyone's objects. Well, all this is set anyway. I don't really have those on. Music. I don't want music to automatically play. Right, enable voice. The voice works on this new version, but the map won't work. Graphics. There's full screen mode. Go on full screen mode. Hardware settings. Rendering. The point is, Firestorm's not even started. Right? And the splash screen is blank. Right? Let's try Phoenix Viewer. Changing mode requires you to quickly restart, change mode and quit. Okay, we're going to try Phoenix Viewer, which is another part of Firestorm Viewer, right? Okay, let's try it. Let's try the Phoenix Viewer. Now it looks different. There's still no splash screen, look. It's blank. We're on Phoenix right now. So that's blank. Let's try Hybrid. Changing mode requires you to restart. Alright, try Hybrid. Open. It still won't load. So there's no splash screen. Blank. No maps, no splash screen. Anyway, I'm going to put it back where it was, Firestorm. Because it doesn't work. Anyway, that's the problem, that's the predicament I am. That is where we're at. When I upgrade, this is what happens. Now if I go to System, you can see that we're now on Zorin OS 18.1 core. Right? We've updated to the latest version of Zorin OS 18.1 core there, right? System details. These are the system details. Firmware version 2001. Some bright spark's going to say, well, you need to update your firmware. It's Linux. It's supposed to know. It's supposed to fix these things for you, really. I mean, it's supposed to know. So I already tried the older, later firmware, and I had problems with it. I actually went back to an older firmware because the newer firmware was causing me problems. So this is what I'm on. This is my system. Graphics card there, right? 16GB RAM. Motherboard. Thanks for watching. You'll see my situation at the moment. Bye for now.